Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 32 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. If you guys are listening to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, all those other things I forget about, or if you're watching us up on the YouTubes, you might have noticed we got a different intro music now that we really like, and we want to give a shout out to it.
Yeah, so from the Kind of Funny forums, from the whole Kind of Funny community, John Bernardo reached out to us. He liked what we were doing, noticed we didn't have an intro, at least on YouTube, and offered to come up with one for us. So that's what you heard in the beginning. So shout out to John Bernardo. He does the A Link to Our Pasts podcast. So
Fantastic.
You should check that out.
I wish we would have thought of that.
Yeah, it's a better name than we have.
It is.
So yeah, check them out at A Link to Our did I say A Link to Our Podcast?
No, you got it right the first time.
Just checking. A Link to Our Pasts on Twitter. He's John Bernardo, John S. Bernardo on Twitter. So again, thank you, John. While we're at it, thank you to the whole Kind of Funny community.
You guys are awesome.
Been giving us feedback and maybe help spreading the word a little bit. I don't know, but thank you for everything.
Yep, we really appreciate it. I mean,
it's a great community.
Colin and Greg always talk about how everybody's best friends and all that stuff, and it's not just something they say. It's true. Like, nobody's on the forum saying, oh, my God, you guys suck. Your cameras sucks. Why aren't you as good as Colin and Greg? It's just positive feedback. Here's some ideas, all that kind of stuff. So we really appreciate that. How you doing, Sean?
I'm not doing too bad. Got my Buffalo Trace.
Not Bourbon Trace?
It's not called Bourbon Trace.
Okay.
Running a little low, but
a little bit.
Get me through the night anyway. How you doing?
I got I'm good. I got the Dogfish Head 60.
Okay.
It didn't work out so well the other night for me, but I'm feeling better now.
Rough night?
Yep. And morning and half of a day. Yeah.
I am shocked I felt fine this morning. I drank a lot of wine last night.
Yeah. Y'all were in rare form. It was kind of hilarious, I must say.
We went to a couple
wineries.
What?
Remember Stacy?
Oh yeah.
Or did you not even?
No,
remember?
I remember. I was
Okay.
like, I couldn't remember
Steve.
if that was Brittany. Yeah. Couple wineries. The first one we had, I think, 5 samples. Pretty standard fare. Second one we got 16 samples each.
Good Lord.
We bought a bottle.
Are they like a shot?
It's like I'd say each is maybe like a quarter of a glass of wine. So we went through 4 glasses of wine just in samples. 5 if you include the first place.
Wow.
Bought a bottle of the first place, bought a bottle of the second place, proceeded to drink said bottle at the place. So that was another 2 or 3 glasses each. So we're probably 7 glasses of wine deep by that point. And then, we came over here for some games last night, polished off the other bottle that we bought. And wine, more than anything, tends to give me horrible hangovers.
It never makes me throw up sick, but I usually get horrible headaches.
Bad headaches. But no, I felt grand this morning, which doesn't usually happen now when I drink. So, go me.
We are old, so usually if we drink, we're getting hungover.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is. One other thing before we get in here. Did you notice, I just saw this the other day, I think it might have been yesterday or something on Twitter, that randomly Sony announced that they have a writer for the Uncharted movie again. Joe Carnahan. Never heard of him.
Oh.
But he's directing Bad Boys 3. He would have directed Uncharted also, but because he's doing Bad Boys 3, he's kind of busy, which that makes me think, well, if he's too busy to where he, can't direct Uncharted, then maybe Uncharted is actually further along than we think it is, which would be fantastic.
There's also a Last of Us movie, right?
In theory. I mean, yes.
That's not confirmed?
It's confirmed,
Oh.
but I mean,
But who knows
they
what
don't
happened.
have a writer, a director, producer, stars, story, script, anything. But if there was ever a game that could succeed, it's, those two. Metal Gear, yes, and that's Kojima. Actually, I missed this last week. He said the Metal Gear movie is still moving ahead. I don't know if he's going to have anything to do with it. I would assume not.
Probably not.
But it's moving ahead. I almost think Metal Gear would be better as a Netflix series. To where you get 12 episodes, an hour long. Because, I mean, you think about it. even Metal Gear Solid 1 wasn't a very long game. You can beat it in 5.5, 6 hours with cutscenes. But still,
Right.
there's a complete story being told in 6, 7 hours. So it's
Right.
hard to bring that down to 2, 2.5, 3 if you're Batman versus Superman. But I'm glad it's happening. I just hope it doesn't. I hope it happens, and I hope it doesn't suck.
So if I'm casting Uncharted,
There's only one answer.
Chris Evans is Nathan Drake.
Nope, that's the wrong answer.
No, that is the correct answer.
Nathan Fillion. You don't know who that is?
No.
Firefly, Castle. You'd know him if you saw him. He's been like campaigning for years to play Nathan Drake.
Is he like the main guy in Castle?
Yeah.
Okay, then I know what you're talking about. I've never watched the show, but I've seen clips for some reason, so I know the guy you're talking about.
Are you sure?
I think Chris
I don't even
Evans
know
is perfect, but
I could
I mean for the
see it.
for the movie, not.
I could see it, but yeah, him.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
that he really
I could
looks like
see
it, but he's got the sarcasm and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
humor and all that stuff, and he loves Uncharted. He wants to be Nathan Drake, so just that in and of itself makes me want to say, yeah, give that guy a shot.
Okay, I could see it.
You been playing anything this week?
Oh, I thought I played. I fired up Star Tropics 2, not for the first time, but for the first time actually
First
putting
time,
any.
first time caller, long time listener.
I gave it more than like 20 minutes.
Right, you actually tried to play it.
Right, and it's not bad. It's the same gameplay style as the first one. It almost just seems like it's Star Tropics 1.5 or something. It's almost not enough different. As much as I love Star Tropics, it seems so far to be pretty much the same game, but not as memorable because it's all been done. And the island, tropical.
Is it the same place? It's the same setting? And
No,
everything?
it's like
Okay.
time travel. So I've been in like
Of course,
some
it's time travel.
snowy caveman area, and now I'm in like ancient Egypt, and I don't know. It's fun. I'll probably keep playing it until I beat it. But
Was it made by Nintendo also, or did they farm that out? Do you know?
I think it's still Nintendo.
Okay. Seems like they would have put more care into it than that. But I don't hear anybody ever talk about Star Tropics 2.
Yeah, one's where it's at. What have you been playing?
I haven't played much. I played a little bit of Twilight Princess before I passed out playing it, which was interesting. Didn't even know if I played it. I thought I dreamed it, but I actually did play it a little bit. I'm still just running around. I got out of Twilight. I think that was last week. Or maybe not. I think I was still Wolf Link last week. I got out of Twilight. I'm Link again. He's got the green tunic, and he looks around and everything like, oh, and I'm like, okay, it's a Zelda game.
Now it's
So I'm hoping there's not too much wolf crap because I don't like the wolf stuff at all.
it's
If it's like 70-30 Link, I'm okay. But is it even that much Link?
no,
or no?
that's it may even be 80-20. I
Really?
would say
Okay.
70-30 is very fair. Maybe more than that.
So hopefully I'll be playing that more, although something comes out this week that's going to prevent me from doing that. Telltale Batman comes out Tuesday.
Yeah. Speaking of which, thanks for the segue.
Huh.
I haven't been playing much,
But you have been.
but I've been reading Batman and Philosophy, The Dark Night of the Soul by, I don't know, series editor William Irwin, edited by Mark White and Robert Arp. I don't know who wrote the thing. It's just got a
long lost Uncle Mark.
bunch of editors. But yeah, good read. My wonderful fiance Brittany got it for me.
Shout out.
So I just want to talk about one thing I read in it. About to get a little deep. But okay, so they talk about, I mean, it's the philosophy of Batman.
Right.
They talk about, the book starts out with a bang, Batman and Joker. Why does Batman never kill Joker? Should he? So on and so forth.
That in and of itself, you could do such a deep
whole
dive
book.
on.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically it comes down to, there's two schools of thought on it. I hope I get these right. Utilitarianism and deontology.
That one I've never heard of.
Utilitarianism basically means do whatever it takes for the greater good.
Right.
Kill the Joker because
Be done with it.
he will then not go on and kill other people. You know he's going to kill other people. Just kill him. Stop putting him away, only for him to escape again. Kill him, knowing you'll save lives in the future. Deontology is basically killing is bad no matter what the reason. You don't kill. Even if you know it'll save lives, you just don't kill. Batman's obviously in the latter. And so they bring up an interesting argument. I think it's been made before. These guys didn't come up with it. But, okay. So I'm talking to all of you out there, and you as well. So there's a runaway train.
Okay.
You are just an innocent bystander standing right at the part where the tracks split.
Okay.
If you do nothing, the track that the train is currently on, there's 5 people down there not paying attention. They're about to get hit by the train.
Okay.
It's close enough to where you can't just be like, hey, move.
They won't
There's
have
not
time
enough
to
time.
react.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
dead.
Got it.
Or you can flip the lever, send the train that way.
And to not know.
But that way, no, you do know.
Oh.
That way, there's one person not paying attention. What do you do? Do you act or do you just let it happen?
I act. Is the one person also doesn't have time to react? Are they the
Right,
same
they're
distance away? They don't
basically
have a chance.
right.
Oh God.
I mean,
it's
this
like
is
the end of Batman Forever.
This is deontology versus utilitarianism. Do you act to kill only one person instead of 5, or do you do nothing and say, I'm not going to get involved. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen.
No, I think I would pull the lever.
Okay, that's what probably most people would say.
Yeah. It sucks either way.
Second, and just really
Bada bing,
banged
bada
into
boom.
that there. Second scenario. You are a doctor, a surgeon.
Okay.
You have 5 people on their deathbeds, could die maybe not any minute, but they're going to die very soon.
Okay.
They're all awaiting an organ transplant, different organs. One of them needs a brain, one of them needs the heart, one of them needs a liver, whatever. If they don't get their transplants, they're all going to die. There's some random guy hanging about.
Oh God.
And you can suspend all doubt of, well, maybe he's not a match, maybe their bodies reject it. That's not a problem. Their bodies will take it. It will save their lives. You can drug this guy, basically kill him, harvest his organs to give to these other people. What do you do?
That I don't think I could do.
Again, that's probably what most people would say. But why?
Because I know this guy's walking around perfectly fine. These other
But
5,
so is that one person on the tracks. If you do nothing, they're going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen to them. They're going to walk away because the train's going to keep going the way it's going and run over the 5 people.
Because the 5 people, I see. So the 5 people, they're on their deathbed. I don't know that if I kill the dude, I take his organs and I put them in him, in the 5 people, they're so bad they could still die because their health is so bad. Whereas the people,
No,
on the
but I'm
train
saying
trains-
you have to take that out of it. These organs will save these people's lives. 100%. Somehow you can see into the future, you know that they will get up and walk out of the hospital and be fine. We're getting deep. I told you. Bottom line is, again,
this is why it's hard to be Batman. Is that
most
what this
people
is?
would choose not to act in that scenario, even though they're obviously different cases. But when you break it down, they're the same. You don't know anything about these people. You don't know, oh, the 5 people are good people and that's a bad guy.
Right, they're
It's
all
just,
rapists and
you can do
murderers.
nothing and let one person die, or let 5 people die, or you can act, and because of it, one person will die. And people always answer the way you did for the train, and they also always answer the way you did for the surgery thing. And basically, apparently this has been confusing philosophers. Like, nobody really can come up with a reason why it is. But yeah, it kind of gets back to, this is why it's not easy being Batman, I guess. So, I don't know. Very interesting read. I'm only maybe a fifth of the way through this book. But it's very interesting. I would recommend it if you like Batman, if you like philosophy. It's an interesting read. I would recommend you pick it up. And with that, we can get on with the show.
Thank you. And speaking of Batman, tune in Thursday night. Hopefully I'll get it up Thursday night. Suicide Squad review will be coming on YouTube as long as we have showings on Thursday night.
So what you're saying is that will be Quick Hits episode 2?
That will be Quick Hits episode 2.
Watch
as long as
Quick
we
Hits
have
1.
or it'll be
if you
Friday
haven't already.
night. If it'll be Friday night if we don't get Thursday tickets, but we'll see. I assume we will have a Thursday night showing. I don't know why we had it for
We will.
for everything. So as soon as tickets go on sale, yeah, we'll do that. But you know what else we got, Sean?
What do we got?
We got news. Kind of a slow week this week, but we did have some interesting stuff come out. So we found out from Sony that apparently if you want PSVR, I hope you've got about 60 square feet in your living room or your game room or your man cave or your woman cave to use the thing. This comes from Polygon.com. Sony's upcoming PlayStation VR headset will require about 60 square feet of cleared space to use and ask that players remain seated whenever possible while playing, according to new documentation released by the company. The PlayStation camera, which is required, remember that, to use the VR headset needs a cleared play area of about 9.8 feet by 6.2 feet, according to a sales brochure. Quote, limit your use of PSVR to within the play area, according to the brochure. Clear an area larger than the play area of all obstacles before using PSVR and remain seated whenever possible. It sounds like we're about to take off. If the application requires you to stand while wearing the VR headset, follow the application instructions carefully and maintain awareness of your surroundings. Newsflash, you can't maintain awareness of your surroundings if you're in VR. That's the whole point of VR. You're supposed to be immersed. You don't know, like, I could step on Buddy or Eli, that's my dog, my cat, and not know it until they're screaming at the top of their lungs. The height of the play area will be dependent on how high up the camera is set, according to the official PlayStation site. The site also urges potential customers to try the PSVR at a store or trial event before purchasing one. As with all VR headsets, PlayStation says children 12 and under should not use the device. What do you think about this? Because when I hear this, I'm like, this almost sounds like the HTC Vive. Like, where you have to, but the whole point of that is you're supposed to get up and walk around your room and you got your wands and all this, and you've got the tracking things up in the corners and all this other stuff. This seems like a little much to me, but I guess I get it. It's just so, because there's going to be two types of games on PSVR. Either the ones with the wands where you're doing this crap, and I could understand how that could get annoying if your wife walks by and you go, wha-bam! Or you sit, like they're saying, you sit and you use the DualShock 4 and you look around, you can look behind you and stuff like that. 60 square feet seems like a bit much. I don't know.
It's not a whole lot. I mean, it's 10 feet by 6 feet. It's probably not much bigger than your rug here.
Yeah.
10 feet is maybe 8 or 9 feet. So it'd probably be a little longer, but it's not, I don't know. To me, that seems reasonable. I feel like most people that would get a PSVR probably have that much room. You may need to move a coffee table out of the way. You may have to do some rearranging of things, but I think most people will have 60 square feet to work with. I will say, so I have, I don't know where it is right now, the PlayStation
Virtual
Eye.
Boy?
Oh. No, PlayStation
you do.
Eye
You've
for
got the
PS3.
camera.
Yeah. I had issues, so I don't know, I'm sure this is vastly improved since then, but there were definitely issues with not so
like
much
the light
play
tracking?
area, but yeah, the lighting. Like, it was
like, did you
usually-
have to play in the dark for it to actually register?
Right. I didn't have, I had a big window.
Oh, wait, no, for the PS3 it's different. What am I saying? PS4, the camera tracks that's why the lights are on the stupid controllers.
Well, that's how, you had the wands that lit up for different colors.
Oh, you had the wands.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And so it basically just reads
you're halfway
how,
there for
how
VR.
big the... Well, yeah, but I don't know if... I don't think you can just... I think you buy everything. I don't
No.
think the fact that I have these, and they may not even be... Can I use them?
Mm-hmm. With VR, yep.
Oh,
So
okay.
you just
Well,
need the VR headset. You don't need the VR plus and you don't need the wands, but for certain games you will have to
Right,
use the
yeah.
wands. So
Well, but anyways,
Sorry.
I think I had issues not so much with the play area. That was mostly fine. Again, moving a coffee table out of the way or something. But I had issues with lighting to where you would look around and be like, it's not blindingly bright in here. It looks like a normal room. And PlayStation wasn't feeling it. It would have difficulty sensing your orbs. So I'm a little worried about that, I guess. Like I said, I would assume they've probably improved on this technology since then.
We'll find out in a couple months.
Yeah. So I don't know, but as far as the play area goes, again, I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. If you got to move a coffee table, you got to move a coffee table.
I think the biggest thing, especially for any parents out there like me, if you're interested in PSVR, make sure you clean up the room before you play. Because knowing my luck, I'll step on a Lego.
Didn't you step on something a few months ago and cut your foot open?
I exploded. I stepped on, it was probably about a year ago now. I stepped on a little toy truck bulldozer thing, but I stepped down on it with all my weight onto the blade part. It exploded, and the thing just gashed the bottom of my foot open. This is while I was holding my baby, so I didn't drop the baby. Man, that hurt like hell, and there was just blood everywhere. But anyways, PSA, clean up before you play.
The more you know.
The more you know. Should put in a star here.
We can do that. You can do that in post-processing.
Probably not going to happen. Next up, hey, anybody want to get an Xbone? You should do now if you don't care about it being as big as an old Betamax player. This comes from Xbox.com. Xbox One price drop to $249. This means any 500 gigabyte Xbone console is $249, including the Gears of War Ultimate Edition bundle, the Special Edition Quantum Break bundle with white console, and the Name Your Game bundle, which allows you to choose a full game download of one of 4 blockbuster titles: Forza 6, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Gears Ultimate, or Rare Replay. With blockbusters like Gears of War 4, Horizon 3, ReCore, Madden 17 on the way, and a growing number of Xbox 360 classics playable on Xbox One and Xbox Live, the most advanced multiplayer network, everything you love about summer is even better with Xbox One. Just kind of a PSA out there. They did say the Xbox One S is going to start shipping on the 23rd of August. So if you pre-ordered one of those, it'll be here pretty soon. Sean, you going to get an Xbox?
Nope.
Okay. Me neither. So we found out from Sony's financials, they had all their stuff come out for Q1 this past week. The PS4 shipped 3.5 million units in quarter one. That means they're now up to 43.5 million PlayStation 4 consoles out in the wild.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. Now, again, that's shipped. We don't know the exact sold numbers, but they'll probably tell us when they hit 45 is what I would guess actually sold consoles.
And what did PS2 hit?
110, 117, something like that. Over 100. Over 100, yeah. 100 million, 110, something like that. The interesting, too, that came out of this, just if you care about financial statements and stuff, PlayStation is really the only thing keeping Sony going right now, because PlayStation, including software, hardware, PlayStation Network, all that kind of stuff, accounted for $425 million out of $735 million in operating income for Sony. They sure are lucky that PlayStation is kicking butt like it is, and didn't go the way of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's insane.
Yep. So, any thoughts you want to add there?
To me, Sony seems huge. Maybe it's something to do with the numbers, and it means something different than I'm thinking. But I would have thought 735 million seemed a little low.
In a quarter. So multiply that by
in a quarter.
So that's 2.8 billion
revenue
a year. Well, probably 2.9, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought PlayStation would have made up that much.
It's crazy.
Sony, who's, like you said, in movies and obviously TVs and other electronics. I don't know. That blows my mind. But yeah, thank God for PlayStation.
Indeed. I don't even know what to think about this one, but I'm going to play the soundbite anyways. So apparently this week, An Amazon listing went live for something related to the Metal Gear series, but nobody really knows what it is. But it was listed as Metal Gear Solid 5 Definitive X, EX. Not ED for edition, but EX. Experience? Maybe. Who knows? This comes from GameSpot.com. A new Amazon listing has gone live for something related to Metal Gear, although it's unclear what it is. Most of the listing is full of placeholder information, including a release date of December 31st, 2016. Possibly the only bit of worthwhile info is that even that Metal Gear Solid V Definitive X, the only bit of worthwhile information is the name, even though that's still very vague. So obviously this got taken down. It's not up there anymore. The other piece that was interesting here that came out this week related, the Metal Gear series has now sold 49.2 million copies across the world. Shout out to you, Kojima, not Konami. Definitive edition of Metal Gear Solid 5. It's funny to me because usually you do these Game of the Year editions, Definitive Edition, whatever, where they bundle in a whole bunch of awesome DLC and all this other cool stuff that other people had to pay for, but if you want to buy the game now, you get it all included. Metal Gear hasn't done anything.
Maybe they'll include episode 51 with it.
That's what, of course, some people are thinking. You know who you are. They think either they'll throw in episode 51. I doubt it. Some people, of course, you know who you are. Oh, chapter 3's coming. It's real. No, it's definitely not coming. But more than likely, all it's going to be is Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes on one disc, or 2 discs in the box, and all the stupid multiplayer, like, different skins and stuff that I got for pre-ordering this edition with the ARM. That I played Metal Gear Online like 2 times, so I didn't need any of that crap. What do you think? Do you want to put on your tinfoil hat and go down the rabbit hole? Do you think Chapter 3 is coming?
I don't. I'm trying to think of what has been done in the past. So I know Substance and Subsistence added. They added all the VR training, whatever missions.
You
I
also
think
got
Subsistence and had like the better camera.
Yeah, you could actually move the camera.
I don't know. They're not going to add a bunch of VR missions to this. The camera is perfect. I mean, you can't improve on it. I don't know what... Did they do one for 4? Sure, they did.
They didn't do a Substance or a Subsistence, no. They might have done like a Game of the Year edition, but again, even when Kojima was there, they didn't release... There was no kind of DLC for Metal Gear Solid 4, so...
If all it is Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes together... There's no, I mean, Ground Zeroes was cool when it came out, but
I don't think
now
I'll
that you
ever
have
play
Phantom
again.
Pain, why would you ever? I don't know. To me, that makes the most sense. Maybe that's not all it will be, but I've got to imagine that's at least part of it. I don't know what else they released with it, gameplay wise. I think even episode 51 is a stretch.
We're never going to get episode 51. Look, any of y'all people that are out there, if you follow Gray Fox MGSV on Twitter or Python Selkin, look, they've got great video editing skills. They were right about the body double. However, they were dead wrong about Gray Fox being in the game. They're still trying to say that the medic is Gray Fox. He's not. It's over. We're not getting anything more related to Metal Gear Solid 5. If I'm wrong, I'll come on here and I'll mention them on Twitter, and I'll do everything to say, yo, I was wrong. Chapter 3 is real. Whatever. It's just not happening. Kojima's gone. It's not a ruse. I was interacting with some people on Twitter the other day. This one guy's like, oh, can't wait to see you when it's a ruse. I said, okay. I just added you to my list of people that I'm going to clown when Death Stranding comes out, and it is just its own game, and there's no connections to Konami. It's not Gray Fox, isn't Norman Reedus or anything like that. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. People need to move on. I love Metal Gear more than just about anybody in this world, and I've moved on. It's done. If we get anything, like we talked about last week, I think either we're going to get a 3 remake or we'll get a brand new Metal Gear series. And that's all we're going to get. 5 is done. It's gone. Move on. I'm going to get off my soapbox. And as we get around this time of every month, we got the August free games for Games with Gold, as well as PS Plus. And again, Xbox, They win this one. On Xbox One, never heard of this one. Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate will be free during the whole month. As will WWE 2K16 will be free from August 16th to September 15th. On Xbox 360, Spelunky starts things off for free on August 1st, and Beyond Good and Evil HD is free from August 16th until the 31st. Pretty cool. They definitely have, again, I'll say they've got better games than we do. On PS4, Tricky Towers is coming out Tuesday, and that's free. This actually looks like it might be fun. Might be a fun Let's Play to do. It's almost like Tetris. It's a multiplayer Tetris where you've got like people or something and you try to knock the other person's tower over while having your tower build. It actually might be fun to play like once. Rebel Galaxy, space shooter, whatever. PS3, Yakuza 5. A lot of people love the Yakuza games, but I'm guessing if you want to play Yakuza 5, you've played it by now. Probably. And Retrograde is free. Vita gets Patapon 3 and Ultratron, which is also on PS3 and PS4. Sony, you got to step your game up. NBA 2K16 a couple months ago was pretty cool, but man,
that's the only time that I'm aware of that they've released a game that is not like a non-indie game that everybody knows. Xbox seems to do it almost every month.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the indie games, don't get me wrong.
Yep, we're not haters, but
yeah, I think Xbox wins this month again.
Yep, they've been winning lately. But what are you going to do?
PlayStation doesn't win anymore. Who's going to make PlayStation great again?
Not that orange idiot with the funny hair. If you like him, sorry. I don't. He's ruined my party.